You're watching Central Illinois' best source for news and weather. WAND News at 4 starts now.
A plea for help now at Fort. A small town offers its support to 3 firefighters hurt and several more impacted by a major fire. Plus relief for families, how much families could soon receive in tax credits.
We just lost our home. We just lost everything, man. A lot of people only got the clothes that you see now on their back.
Developing first at Fort, 2 firefighters are still in the hospital. This after being hurt battling a large fire in downtown's Beardstown. Another firefighter and a resident of that building were hurt. The 3 firefighters were seriously hurt fighting the fire, one of them jumping from the building to escape the flames. Crew spent nearly 24 hours at the scene. WAND's Megan Whitlock has been in Beardstown all day, and she joins us now with the very latest. Megan, what do we know?
Well, Chris, what was once an apartment complex is now completely rubble. As you can see right here behind me, construction crews were working up until about a few hours ago when it started raining to clear what's left of last night's fire. Fire crews showed up around 8:40 last night and were here until 1:30 today putting out that fire. 13 residents have lost their homes here today. A GoFundMe has been set up to help them, including Dante Gaffey, who says he's lost everything.
I just was in my apartment, and the same apartment, it's the same one, the 3 firefighters that were injured had to jump out the window, and that ended up caving in. And it's like, I could have been trapped in there and they could have crumbled in and caved in with me inside, or I would have had to do the same thing as firefighters, go out on the outside. So I'm actually glad that a lot of people who all the residents made it out safely. You know, it's a traumatic loss for all us.
The church next to the apartment complex has been hosting displaced residents and accepting donations for them. Live in Beardstown, Megan Whitlock, WAND News.
Absolutely devastating. Thank you, Megan. The community is coming out to support those impacted by this devastating fire. St. John's Church in Beardstown is accepting clothing and gift card donations to benefit those who lost everything. The Cass County Health Department Community Closet is also accepting donations, and anyone impacted by the fire can get help for free. You can watch video of the fire and see aerial drone video of the damage right now on our WAND News Center 17 Facebook page. A man is dead and 2 others are in the hospital following a head-on crash on Route 48 near Stonington. According to police, 32-year-old Brendan Estes was traveling northeast on Route 48 when he was hit head-on. He was taken to the hospital where he died. The 2 people in the other car were also taken to the hospital with serious injuries.
It was a very dreary weekend across central Illinois. We picked up a lot of rain. Mattoon over 4 inches. Our average throughout the month of May, we typically pick up anywhere between 4 and 5. I get it. That's Mattoon and that's Coles County, but that's very close to what we normally accumulate throughout an entire month this time of year. Some raindrops there in South Shores. Temperatures now mid-70s southbound where it's still dry, 60s elsewhere. Look at this radar. We do still have some wet weather locally. We'll have some more showers and storms in the forecast, not only today, but throughout the next couple of days. Also with that, get a load of this. Our dew point temperatures, we have to talk about the humidity again. If my hair is a little bit fluffy over the next couple of days, you know why. More details are coming up in my full forecast.
A Central Illinois high school student has died from complications related to COVID-19. Paxton Buckley Loda School District Superintendent says junior Joey Hoppinger died last night. The school has grief counselors on site through the end of the week. New right now, the Decatur Public School District just announced those who attended the graduation ceremonies at Eisenhower High School this weekend may have been exposed to COVID-19. The district says a family in attendance tested positive for the virus. 200 students graduated on Sunday, but not all attended. The district is working with the Macon County Health Department to contract trace and determine a course of action. Some new information just coming into the newsroom within the last hour. Governor Pritzker has announced fully vaccinated people no longer need to wear masks in most instances or social distance. Masks are still required for everyone in healthcare and congregate settings and on public transportation. This comes after the CDC issued similar guidance last week. And the CDC says schools should continue to use face masks for at least the remainder of the school year, and schools should not change current COVID protocols. The agency says it will update its guidance for schools for the 2021-2022 academic year in the coming weeks. Amid confusion about the latest mask guidelines released last week from the CDC, President Joe Biden is addressing where the nation stands in response to the pandemic. Alice Barr has the latest from Washington.
Mass confusion on mask mandates as businesses, state and local governments take a patchwork approach to the CDC's new guidance that vaccinated Americans no longer need to mask up in most settings.
Freedom! No, I am really happy that we're not.
Today, Target and CVS joining Walmart, Costco, and Starbucks in easing mask requirements for vaccinated customers.
I feel a lot of people might lie about it too, which kind of makes me nervous.
I'll just keep wearing my mask until more people are vaccinated.
With 2/3 of the country still not fully vaccinated, the nation's largest nurses unit is condemning the CDC guidance, suggesting it's premature and puts more pressure on frontline workers.
And now to have to be the masking police, not just are you wearing one, but are you vaccinated? They don't want that extra harassment put upon them.
Medical experts point to dropping COVID case counts, now down in all 50 states for the first time since the pandemic began.
I don't think these mask mandates could have survived another week or two. Prevalence is collapsing.
President Biden today urging all Americans to go get their shot, while announcing the U.S. will start sending 80 million doses of the vaccine to other countries.
We need to help fight the disease around the world to keep us safe here at home.
And with the U.S. economy still on shaky ground, the president saying working and middle-class families with children will start receiving expanded monthly tax credits on July 15th. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Nearly 39 million families will begin receiving that monthly child tax credit Alice mentioned for the first time. The payments are part of the expanded child tax credit program in the American Rescue Plan. Families will get monthly payments of up to $300 for each child under 6 and then up to $250 for each child 6 to 18. The first payments will start on July 15th. The state is seeing a significant decline of COVID cases with less than 1,000 reported in the last 24 hours. 6 more people have died. The positivity rate is just below 3%. For the latest COVID-19 vaccine information, visit WANDTV.com. Thousands of dollars are now available for residents struggling to pay rent due to the pandemic. Tenants and landlords could be eligible for up to 15 months of assistance grants to cover past due rent for the past 12 months. Also up to 3 months for future assistance.
It was clear when we implemented last year's housing relief programs that the need was far greater than the dollars allocated to our state.
The maximum amount able to be received is $25,000. For more information on who is eligible and how to apply, you can find it on our website. A warning for parents: after the break, the disease seen in infants seeing a resurgence. New today, the Supreme Court says it will take up major abortion rights cases for Mississippi. The 9 justices will decide whether Mississippi can revive its ban on most abortions after 15 weeks. A common childhood virus is making a resurgence in daycare centers. Hand, foot, and mouth disease is common in infants, but anyone can get it. The virus causes fever as well as sores like rashes to appear on the hands, the feet, and in mouths. Though the virus is not deadly, it can be highly contagious even without showing symptoms.
The weather's getting a little bit warmer, and this is when we tend to see hand, foot, and mouth being spread. Sometimes you can see it in the winter, but typically in the warmer weather is when we see it really start to kind of spread.
You can help prevent the spread by washing hands, disinfecting high contact surfaces, avoiding touching the face, and staying home when sick. Hand hygiene is more important now than ever, and you're being reminded to wash them often. Experts say you should wash your hands every time you enter a building, use a restroom, when eating, or whenever your hands are visibly dirty.
Sometimes we touch surfaces and we're not even thinking about it. Washing your hands is very important because most people often also touch their face. And that is how you get bacteria or viruses from a surface into your body.
Experts say if hands are not washed often, harmful bacteria can cause infection within just a few hours of contact with sensitive areas. New at 4, One Champaign Beauty School is helping with the fight against domestic violence. Tricoci University in Urbana has partnered with Courage Connection. It's a 24-hour help hotline for women facing domestic violence. The beauty school will give 10% of all profits to Courage Connections through May and June.
We decided to donate to Courage Connection because understanding domestic violence is very important in the beauty industry. As licensed professionals, we take continuing education classes to help understand domestic violence, how to recognize the signs, and know how we can help.
These funds raised will go directly to support shelter services, counseling, housing assistance, and educational programs. The cost of I Do. After your forecast, the increased cost couples now face to walk down the aisle. Lumber prices have more than doubled over the past year. Experts say the pandemic created a shortage of cut and finished lumber across the country. According to the National Association of Home Builders, the average cost of a new home has actually gone up $36,000 in recent months. The price of weddings are also on the rise. Experts say it is due to limited supply and increase in demand for weddings themselves. Many couples are moving dates due to the pandemic.
Because of the lessons learned over the past year in the wedding industry, they're trying to recoup costs and, best serve their clients.
This fall and next spring are already booking up like crazy.
Now, experts say couples looking to save a little should maybe consider a weekday wedding. Venues actually cost less and you're likely to have a smaller head count. Seeing double still to come, why looking like your pup could score you a nice prize. Now on WAND, buyer's remorse. A Bankrate poll found 64% of homeowners 25 to 40 have at least one regret about purchasing their current home. The survey found overall for homeowners, 43% face the same regret. Most regrets were due to maintenance or costs of homes being too high. Well, do you think you look like your own pet? In honor of National Pet Month, Purina and Shipt are giving away a year's worth of Purina pet food and Shipt membership to the pair that looks the most alike. All you have to do is enter, take a selfie with your furry friend, then upload it to Instagram and tag both companies. That guy kind of looks like his dog there.
Yeah, in my opinion, they've already won. I don't need to see any more pictures. That's the take home the gold picture.
That I think it was the beard that did it.
It's the beard matches the dog's coat.
Exactly. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I can't do it with my cat. My cat has black hair.
You could dye it.
I could, but
Or a wig. You could try a wig.
I could do a wig. Or that guy could win.
He could win. All right. Hundreds of thousands of people around the world are dying every year from working long hours. The World Health Organization says working more than 55 hours a week may increase your risk of having a stroke by 35% and dying from heart disease by 77%. I'm surprised I'm not dead already, Casey.
Yeah. Not really sure what to say about that one. I guess the science speaks for itself there. Take the time off when you need.
I think so many people work to live rather than live, or they live to work, not work to live. And so
that's the issue.
It's a work-life balance thing.
Like I said, enjoy your time off. The days off.
Because the weather this weekend is going to be great for it.
Yes, we'll be in the 80s. That's coming up after this. Hair days lie ahead.
This is My Kind of Weather. We'll see you back here at 5. Have a good night, everyone.